All right, so I'm about to explain the shoestring theory real quick. I'm gonna try to explain it. It makes sense to me, so I'm gonna try to explain it, right? So the shoestring theory is basically explaining the shift of structure. So you see right here, this was a resistance and price broke above this. And the reason I said I need price to pull back and give me confirmation is because it's almost like tying your shoes, right? So at this point, when price broke above this blue line, the shift of structure line, this SOS line, when this big bullish candle broke above this line, this was like the two shoestrings crossing each other, right? Before you tie the knot, you have to cross the shoestrings. You got to do the little bitty things, right? You got to do the little cross, right? So this bullish candle breaking above the shift of structure line was like you crossing the two shoestrings together, right? You wouldn't go on a run without the knot. You wouldn't just cross the shoestrings and pull them and then that's it. You got to have the knot, right? So this bullish candle breaking above the shift of structure line is like you just crossing the two strings. But the pullback and then these two candles is like the knot, right? So right here, hold up. So right here, when price broke above this structure line, right? Because this was a resistance, right? And I want price to turn that resistance into support, right? So when this bullish candle broke above the shift of structure line, it was just like getting the two strings and crossing them over and pulling them. You haven't created the knot yet. You just cross the strings. So this right here, this bullish candle, this big ass bullish candle crossing this blue line is just you crossing the two strings, right? You are not going to go for a run if you just cross the strings. You need the shoes to be kind of tight, snugged, and you need the knot in the strings. If you don't put the knot in the strings, it's just going to come loose and you can't go for your run. So if this bullish engulfing or this big ass bullish candle printed and you try to enter right here, you're not waiting for a knot. If you had entered the trade right after this bullish candle, why would you do that? You just took the two strings and crossed them over. You didn't give me a knot. You didn't lock the knot in for me to be confident that my shoe's not going to fall off my fucking foot, right? So when price pulled back right here, when price pulled back there, and then price gave me these two bullish candles, that is it. That's the knot being knotted up right there. This is just the two strings, right? The left and right strings being crossed and pulled. You know, when you tie your shoes, you cross the two strings, the left and the right. This is just you crossing the left and the right. That's it. You didn't secure the shoe to know that you can go on this damn 10-mile run and they won't fall off. No, they're still loose at this point. They're a little snug because you cross the string and pull them a little bit, but they're still loose. You haven't knotted the strings yet. Once you pull back, right? This is just the strings crossing. Once you pull back right here, now you're making the loops, right? This was just the two left and the left and the right crossing each other. This pullback are the two loops. And then these two blue candles is the knot. Again, price crossing over this shift of structure line is just you taking the left and the right string and crossing them over and pulling them a little bit. So the shoe is a little snug, but it's still loose. You can't go on a run because it'll loosen up immediately and pop off your foot. So the shift of structure, the first part of it breaking this resistance is just you crossing the strings over. That's it. Once you start pulling back towards this resistance to turn it into support, the pullback are the two loops that you make. That's it. So this crossing of the shift to structure is just the left and the right being crossed. The pullback are the two loops, and then these two bullish candles is the actual knot, right? Now that you got these two bullish candles confirming that, oh yeah, we broke above this resistance area and we're going to stay above it, right? Because it gave me the two strings crossing each other, and then it gave me the two loops, right? The bunny ears, the two loops, and then it gave me the knot right here, locking it in. So now I can go on my run, right? Again, one more time. This was resistance, right? It's making lower lows, lower highs. But right here, it broke this resistance, right? This was the structure point. It broke that structure point and it's starting to shift. It broke that, it's starting to shift. It's starting to shift. It's just taking the left and right string of your tennis shoe or whatever, any kind of shoe, is taking the left and right string and just crossing them. And that's it. The first step of tying your shoes, you take the left and the right and you cross them, right? The shoe is not secure, or it's not secured or anything. It's not tight. It'll still pop off your foot. As soon as you start taking a couple steps, it'll loosen up and it'll start being sliding off your fucking foot, right? Okay. The pullback, again, are the two loops that you make. Right before you make the knot, you make the two loops, or some people call them the bunny ears, right? So this pullback is the bunny ears, or the two loops. That's what this pullback is. A engulfing candle right here, a big, strong engulfing candle, or like 1, 2, or 3 candles showing that it's going to continue that way, would be the loop. I mean, would be the knot. My bad. It'll be the knot. So this is the strings crossing. The pullback are the two loops, and then these two bullish candles is the knot. Now that I have the knot, I can go on my 10-mile run now, right? And you see how price went on a run. So that's the shoestring theory, right? Lower low, lower highs, lower low, lower highs. Up, ding, crossover. This is the left and the right crossing each other. This pullback is the two loops, and then that engulfing candle will be the knot. Now I know price is not going to keep respecting lower lows and lower highs because it tied the knot already going the other way. It locked it in. This part right here was the knot. It locked it the fuck in. Now that my shoe is tight, I can go on that run to the upside.